In the OOPS concept, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation, and inheritance actually. But right now we are discussing about polymorphism. Okay, in the polymorphism, you know this name polymorphism. Poly in the sense the ability to show it as a multiple like poly. Morphism means if you can take any method name or some other object, some form, they can move this like. It will behave a different according to the situation. Morphism, you know, right? Morphing, like you take it as an example. If you can take any photo, that will update it as a different format using the morphing. We are doing some multiple morphings, right? The same way the polymorphism, the taking an example, multiple forms, they achieved through method overloading and overriding. This is the technical concept, but overall concept is the any method or any object, it will behaves like multiple ways, multiple forms like that. So that's the meaning, actually, the actual meaning. But the technical arbitrary, we will call it as a ability of an object to take multiple forms. It achieved through overriding and overloading. Actually, if you achieving this polymorphism concept in OOPS, we would like to use the overloading and overriding. These two concepts are important. If you're trying to use this overriding overloading, then automatically the the method name should coming to under which class to other class, right? That overriding concept we can utilize and do the polymorphism things. Okay, so this coming to, for example, if I want to try to take one example, for this one I just take one class, just like a one class I will create. This one also related to the class concepts only, because the hoops, what is their right? Object oriented program. Every object oriented program, it belongs to the classes only. Right now we are working on the classes part inside the polymorphism concept. So let's see, I'm taking the class name is shape. Okay, in the shape class I would like to make it as a public. Okay, once it is made as a public, I want to make one method name is public virtual void and drop. Just a one method. I just keep one method and do the some implementation with console dot right line. Okay, here just something like drawing a shape. Okay, till now what we discussed, every method name just like a public or like a void. If you can see other examples, animal is the inheritance concept recently we completed, right? In this inheritance concept, what we did, like directly in the animal method, we just created a one method name is public void eat. Okay, but we didn't add any tag like virtual or something names. We didn't add it because we directly using this eat method into our whatever the classes which we want to using these methods. That's the way we are doing nothing. We are just directly we are using the animal class inherited into the dog class, directly access this animal method. We are not doing any modification in the dog class. But in our case, right now I'm creating a one shapes class. In shape class, I created a one method as a draw with void data type. Okay, but I have added a one virtual keyword. Why this keyword is coming in this, right? Here the polymorphism concept depends on this virtual keyword only, because this using this virtual keyword we can override this method wherever you want to utilize this shape class. Okay, if you want to use the shape class in another method, another class, I'm just trying to create one more class, public class as a circle. Okay, so if I'm trying to use an inheritance, yesterday already I completed inheritance concept. Okay, in this inheritance concept I told you whatever the method name will be there in there. I want to utilize this inheritance like the shape or any class like I just use the extended operator and inherit the class like that. So once I have inherited, I'm easily to utilize this. I'm just utilize this circle and access the draw method. But right now in my inheritance concept, I'm unable to implement this one. Right now I want to implement draw method as into the circle. So just now I'm using that public override y draw. Okay. So like this way is overrided. Okay. But in our previous examples, wherever we using this class inside method, we can't able to modify directly with the another classes. But in the polymorphism concept, we can use the virtual as a keyword in the method declaration. We can use that as a override keyword in wherever you want to access that method. You want to update that method, you can utilize this override keyword and update your method implementation. Right now in here in our method implementation is draw shape is the console write line you need to print. But in this override concept in the circle class is coming to the circle class, this method draw going to be differently working like drawing shape is a override. The method implementation is different here. That's the way we are doing the change in the method levels. The concept of polymorphism giving this kind of access to the programming style, whatever the programming style we are utilizing, right? Then we can utilize this kind of concept. So already we done this shape and circle. Okay, these two classes we have used. If you are trying to use this circle class or shape class somewhere else in the program, let's see what is the output. Okay, so here I'm trying to use the shape class. Okay, shape dot draw, and also I'm trying to use the circle class. Circle dot draw. Okay, these two methods coming under shape class only. But right now, let's see what is the output, right? Right now, I'm using the shape method, shape class. My output should be drawing a shape. This console should print. Okay, in circle class, my output should be drawing a shape is overridden. This should be printed. Let's see what is the observation is here, right? I'm implemented polymorphism in the two classes level. But if I'm trying to use this virtual method in the shape class itself, it is normally it will behave. There is no problem here. But if I'm trying to use this same virtual method into my circle class, the override behavior will change. The drawing shape is overridden as a method implementation. But if I'm trying to use the shape class, it will execute as it is. There is no change in this. If I'm trying to use the circle class, it will execute as it is. You mean already I told you what is that, right? Polymorphism, the ability of an object to take a multiple forms. Okay, using the achieved through method overriding and method overloading. It means, right? If I'm trying to use any method name or any object itself in the classes, so not only the virtual this draw method, if I'm trying to use any other methods, like for example, I want to use virtual instead of this one, a string method, and as a draw mode, I'm returning something. Let's see what will be the output. mode. Okay, this is the way one more method I has implemented with the virtual keyword. Okay, if I'm trying to use this one into my program.cs like this, shape dot draw mode for the output should be same like draw mode will be written like if I'm trying to use the console write line, right, then it will appear until unless it shouldn't be appear, but if I'm trying to use the console write line here, then it will appear dot write line. Okay, this is the way we can achieve like that. But what I'm trying to do here, right, the ability of multiple forms in the sense whatever the object inside the class, whatever the property, whatever the method, that having a ability to show it as a multiple forms, the behaving like a multiple. If I'm trying to use this same draw method inside other class, it will behaving it differently like whatever the your implementation if you want to do. That's the way the polymorphism will work in our OOPS concepts. So let's see the output of how it is showing. Whatever we expected, right? That output should be coming here. Hope might be some confusion is there, but let's try to understand more in our upcoming sections. Mostly the polymorphism concepts are near to utilize things. See, the first one it is going here, right? It is executed the virtual method void draw, and the console will print here. The console is printed as a drawing a shape, the first method itself. And the console next level, it is going to this drawing this model, drawing model, because the second method I am calling right using the console. Same way it is that will executed with the console.println. So you can get the draw mode. Okay. The second one is the same draw method I am utilizing in the circle, that is in the override case. Let's see the override will achieve the same output or not. See, it is coming as a using that override keyword and void and draw method. Drawing a shape is overridden. This should be executed and showing here, right? Drawing a shape is overridden. Let's see, maybe people get confused. Why already we had a method name? Why can't we use this same method and for other circle things? The main motto of this polymorphism or encapsulation abstraction, these concepts is right. It is a code reusable and code taking over to load of the programming things. There's the ability to give the any programming language, they need to reduce the code comparison like reusability concept or like less number of lines code, and whatever the code you write, right, one line of the code it should give the answer to all whatever the possible situations. That's the way actually the coder or a programmer can do and think like that. That's the way the polymorphism also. If suppose in our shape class, right now I'm taking the shape class one. If I'm taking a employee class, employee having a different methods like employee salary, employee count like that. But employee salary and employee uh, attendance, both two methods are wherever in which classes, different classes also it is useful. So then in these cases we just create a one two types of methods in the main class itself. We can utilize those methods wherever the possibility is there in our controller or any classes, different classes also we can utilize these kind of forms of multiple forms of behavior. Any doubts in this polymorphism, please ask. It's completely overriding concept. The next one is overloading concept, how it is working, and let's see. another example with the overloading concept. Okay. Right now, I would like to take one more class. The name of the class is calculator. It is a simple example. We all knows that calculator, right? The same way, calculator, how it will works and how the methods will possible to work with using the overloading concept. In this calculator public, I want to implement two types of methods. Public integer add method. Okay. In this add method, I am expecting int a comma int b. Okay. Here I am returning return a plus b. Okay. The same way, I would like to utilize one more method named as int public. In this case, I want to use the same method name, but number of parameters should be increased to int a, int b, int c. Like this, I would like to implement. Let's see what is the problem we will receive here. Suppose that I have used three parameters, right? Will it providing any problem or not? A plus b plus c. Okay, a plus b plus c. See, there is no issue. It doesn't show any error. It is expecting the compiler is don't show any error. With the same name, but here is
Different
a two
parameters.
parameters, but here is the different parameters. This concept is nothing but a overloading. Overloading with different parameters and different types of parameters. If you want to try to change the type as a string, then it will expect no problem. But you need to change here, but it's not a problem. The different parameters and different types with the same name of a method name, that is called a overloading. Okay, this is a overloading with optional parameters, whatever the parameters the calculator will provide, and do the uh, examples of overloading concept. This is actually overloading concept. We can try to utilize this overloading concept wherever we want to.
Your definition ಅಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ waves lo kuda
Okay, let's see. For example, I want to use this calculator here.
Hmm.
Calculator
What is index?
dot add integer sum equal to calculate dot add. Here I'm passing the values as 4 comma 5. My expected output should be 9. That will I want to print it in the console. Let's see what is the output should be there here. Yeah, you can see, right? 9 is the output. I'm utilizing the dot add class. If I'm trying to use the same, I'm just want to pass different way. Sum of 3, like go to my add method. Here I'm trying to use the integer only, the c variable plus c. Okay, I'm using same add method in my program.cs, like 4 comma 5 comma 9. Let's see what is the sum of 3. The another console. Let's see both of the observation how it is going to execute it. You can see 9 and second sum is 18 because The overloading is working as a like expected. The overloading concept I told you, right? If I am passing two parameters, then first method will be calling. If I am passing three parameters, the second method is going to be calling. That's the way the multiple methods will the same name but different parameters, allowing for more compatibility and flexibility of convenience of our coding. That is the behavior of polymorphism. I think overall the method what I have tried to say here, the overriding and overloading are the both the concept belongs to the polymorphism. With this using overriding, I already shared this example. What is overriding? And overloading, I already shared this example. This is the overload. These two concepts are very important when you people are facing the interview. Interview will ask what is overriding and what is overloading. Can you please compare with these two examples? If may sometimes the interviewer will ask to test, like write a some sample simple code like that. Then you people try to make this simple code using the calculator class and add methods like this format. If they can ask for the overriding concept, then you just create this kind of virtual keyword and override the methods. Like this way, you can simplify your answer and get the best answer for this.